So listen to me, as I stand here right now looking over this thing that is completely grown up, even if we don't end up talking any further about buying this place, think about the history here, y'all. Think about the history here, and that is just what kind of keeps resonating with me more and more, is how you can have something and you can spend, and someone invested so much time and money in creating this. And I hope that the memories they got out of it was worth it. But then you have however many years later, and this is the way it looks. And all of that time and all of that money and all that energy, all of those memories are well, I'm hoping the memories still remain, because very little else remains. And then I think about I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, and you don't know, you have no idea the direction that Lex or LE will choose in life. Jake will, you don't know. And so then you think to yourself, all the time and money and energy and patience and work that we spend creating something, who knows how it's going to look in 10 years, 20 years. On the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Yes. Hey folks, Lester and Jamie here.
Good morning.
And we are on the road again. And this time we're traveling up to a small town called Shepherd, which is about 22 miles, actual miles from our house. And we found a property that we are actually excited about. Now, I told Jamie, we've been here before. We have been excited before, only to have our hopes just come crashing down. But we just can't find something that fits all the criteria. What's neat about this place is that the owners died.
That sounds terrible. We're like, yes.
It does sound horrible, but it's an estate sale. So there is well, it's for the land, obviously, but Jamie's like, hey, it's land with a house, even though the house is not much to look at, and it wouldn't be something that we would obviously invest a whole lot of time just to make it maybe possibly livable for, temporary things here and there, a weekend getaway or whatever. But get this, there's 70 acres. 70 acres. And this 70 acres is going as cheap as what we've been finding these 20-acre places closer to the house.
Yeah.
So we do have to travel a bit further. And people don't realize that in Texas, 20 miles is nothing, y'all. I know when you come from other places, the city, and you're thinking 20 miles, that's a half a day. No, 20 miles is 20 minutes on our roads. So let me show you something. We're on the highway right now. This is the highway, and this is the busy.
This is the busy time. This is the heat of the traffic.
Busy part of the day, and this is not bad at all. We're gonna drive up there and take a little look around, and if it seems to be something that we want to share, then we will certainly share it with you guys in this video.
Can't wait.
All right, so what I am illegally doing without permission, oh, I'm bad, is I'm walking along the back side of the property. This is all really, really nice pasture land. Now, there are some woods, not real thick of woods, but there are some woods, which we see as shade. This is the backside fencing, and I'm actually happy to see that whoever came by along this backside and fence didn't do half bad. And so that means that this backside fencing doesn't have to be replaced anytime soon. I mean, maybe eventually, but there are several fences here built together. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guys, there's 8 strands of wire there. And besides that right there is not cattle pasture. So there's no reason why your cows would want to try to get off into that pasture when they have all of this to graze around. Okay. Jamie's mad. Jamie's mad because I'm being too critical. You can talk with me if you want to. Look, This is the existing fence. It's just a ragtagged barbed wire fence. And look how low the ground is. There's water standing in the ditches. It hasn't rained in 2 weeks. She won't even get out of the truck now. She's mad at me. She's mad at me. I just see that this is going to need a lot of work. The entire tree line has old barbed wire fencing that's stuck. It's pretty much just tied to the trees. It's not, there's not even any post. It's just tied from tree to tree to tree. And so no matter how beautiful the land might be, it's just not conducive for what we want. It's not. And I don't really know exactly what's inside their little barn, but that's more of just a metal building. It's not a barn, even though we could probably convert it into being a barn. Jamie's very discouraged. It's going to be a long 20 minute ride home. That piece of land looking down through there is kind of nice. Okay, I'll be honest. Looking down through there, that's pretty nice. You got your pretty trees here along the driveway, and looking down through there, that's actually pretty nice. There's no pond. Have to release some kind of disclosures. So there's no living relatives who've ever lived here, so they don't have to release any disclosures, which means they don't tell you. No one tells you what's any land problems, any flooding issues, any sewer issues, electrical issues, water well issues. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's legal, Jamie. I'm not saying it's legal, but every deer hunter out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because look, you don't have game wardens patrolling gas pipelines.
They come out of the woods across there.
Yeah, deer come out of the woods to eat along this foliage, and yeah. But yeah, we're not hunters anymore, man. I'd rather shoot a man than I would shoot a deer.
That's horrible on both accounts. I can't believe you would put that in a video.
I know, I couldn't imagine. I've shot deer, I've shot different animals, and it breaks my heart to have to shoot an animal. I don't mean I want to go shoot a man, but it'd be easier to shoot. Never mind. I just see a lot of low property.
That would be butting up to this house.
Jamie's still mad, and so now what I'm trying to do is drive by and show her all of the things that would have to be fixed immediately. So here I've stopped by. Here's one example. How long do you think it would take Tex to get out of these 2 gates?
Okay, now I'm going to defend myself.
Now she's going to defend herself, so I'm going to walk away. We always talk about cross fencing and how important it is to have cross fencing. But look at the cross fencing they have over there. All they've done was stuck up a cattle panel, and it's literally tied to these little trees. All of your posts are old and rotten. And so I'm not trying to be mean to the landowners. I'm not. It's probably, it's like Jamie said, it's so much more property than what we've seen anywhere else, and it's for the same price. But I think there's a reason it's such a low price.
Okay, so I want to defend myself, because when you look at a property that is massive amounts of property, more than you had hoped for, you know that there's some concessions that come with it, right? So
concessions?
Right. So their price is lower because it doesn't have perfect fences. They know that parts of this is lower and not maybe grazable all the time. But what I see is a massive amount of property to make it into something fabulous. Like this right here, while it's low, looks to me like a great place to dig a pond. And all of the fencing...
Hold on. Okay, so real fast. And you say, this right here where it's low looks like a great place to dig a pond. And when I hear the word dig a pond, I'm thinking...
do a lot with it is all. So that's my defense, and my upsetness is because I guess for me, I see potential, and I know that you see that you can't just, it's not turnkey. I know.
Do you see these 50-year-old knees?
I do, babe. I rub them.
This shoulder.
I rub them. I know.
So you can say that you see what you see, But in my mind, I've already gone by in the last 4 years and poles told Doug 15 acres of fencing.
Babe, I've been there with
I
you.
have stressed and killed myself and worn myself out.
I know.
And now that's 15 acres. Jamie, I can't imagine doing that same thing to 70 acres.
Well, Jake
And
goes to the
so-
gym.
Huh?
Jake goes to the gym.
And then we're not the kind of people to contract out to have someone come by and build a fence.
I know.
And so
I just think it's secluded. It's quiet. It
is
have.
secluded. I will give you that. It is secluded. Look down the road. It's a nice little quiet gravel road. All right, so Jamie and I are on the other far corner of the property, and we're still exploring. We totally do not have permission to be here.
Oh my God! Don't admit that.
We
Is at 1 o'clock.
we just want to see what we're getting ourselves into. Now, like I said, the fella had passed away. Now, Jamie, this is nice, heavy. These posts are in the ground. This is welded wire and welded post. We're not walking through there, baby girl. But what we want to do, there's a barn we want to check out.
I'm not doing it. I'm scared to.
Follow me. Let's see if we can walk around and find a little bit better route.
I don't think so. I'm like really attached. Nope, I'm out.
Babe, you're going to really want to see this. And if you can follow me, we might find a better way around it. Isn't it funny a man my age still says spooky? Y'all watch this. I used to love doing this. Look, watch this. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. So this was, I'm guessing, at some point, the old cattle barn. Now, what I like to do is look at the rafters, because I do not want a snake to drop down on top of me. Because that's just like the big fear of mine. Look at this antique. So the floor is nice and dry in here, which means there's no standing water. Look at this antique. Look at that. Oh, look. Someone's old saddle. Fine. This over here is a cattle, a neck. Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this, though? So in the old days, you'd run your cows down through there. This here would open up. I don't know exactly how to release this. Give me a second. I don't know exactly. So I'm not familiar with this setup. If I could get these thorns and briars out of my way, I believe. So this is the barn. I guess what they're calling a barn. Yeah. So it's kind of cute because it looks like at some point they had tried to set up like a little saloon type area, which is cute, like a little bar. And they got a little dartboard. They tried at some point to do some really cute stuff out here. A little record player. These would have been their holding pens or their stalls. Got little hay feeders here on the rack, on the wall. It has really grown up, though. You can tell that no one's really run this place or did much here in a while. Looks like they had quite the dog kennel, which is sad. I don't know what this is. This must have been like a place they would grow, like a little greenhouse. Yeah, this had to have been some kind of a greenhouse. This over here, guys, listen, they used to, oh, this is a roping. They would rope out of here. So listen, this is where they would put their calves the little calf. And they would have a horse over on this side and a horse over on this side. They would open the gate and the calf would run out and the horses would chase it down. The cowboys would chase it down and they would rope the calf. This is a roping pen. This is exactly what this is, an old roping pen. Now, of course, the problem is, look, it hasn't been used in so long that there's trees growing up through it. This is really, really, really sad. What I do is I try to picture the old times and all of the things that these guys probably did, the amount of fun that he and his kids had here growing up. Yet now, this is what it's become. And that's sad. No, that's just really, really sad. Huh. So looky here. These are some old running chutes, cattle chutes that you had that come down through here. And let me get off and show you. You might have seen stuff like this, similar.
Come on, babies. Get up there. Get up there in the front. Up, hey.
Now, of course, this over here, let me climb up and let you look. Of course, this over here is way too small to run bison. This wouldn't even allow your longhorns to come down through here. But what they did was, I bet you they would run calves through here, little calves, baby cows, little ones, young ones. And they'd bring them down through here and they would close these chute gates behind them. And they had a goal, they had a purpose for how they was gonna run them. Is there anybody who can tell me what this is? Because I am seeing these on all kinds of trees here in the back of the property, and I don't know what these are. It looks like a piece of maybe 3 or 4 inch PVC tied onto a tree, and I don't know what it is. And I've seen at least 10 of them. Isn't it sad, Jamie, to know that one day we're going to also pass, and then all that we've built is very possibly just going to grow up? Isn't that sad to think about, that all that you build will one day just grow up, rot, rust, and just have Mother Nature take over? That's exactly right. No matter how much work and love and energy you put into it, does not mean it's ever going to appeal to the next generation. Oh, Jamie, look at the top of it. 3V. 3V.
That's what I was showing you.
That must have been his brand.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have lots to think about. We will go home, look at it on paper, talk to my kids about it, say our prayers about it, look forward to what our Facebook family has to say about it, and we'll go from there.